Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Jersey Nerds podcast, your home for debates and discussions surrounding sports uniforms, hockey jersey design, and more. I have it memorized now. I am Bpoe, and I am just recording a podcast. How about you guys? Justin, Burkus, our guests today. How are you guys doing? I just saw an animal walk behind Justin.
Howdy, folks. Yeah, that's Phoebe. That's our live studio audience for the day. She might be in and out of the background. We'll see. She's had a lot of energy today, so
I think
live
maybe
studio doggians, I suppose.
I think I need to change. Wait, dog?
Dog.
Yeah.
Maybe instead of live studio audience,
There she goes again.
Oh my goodness.
She's zooming.
Maybe I got to change it to live studio audience's dog hell instead of clown hell.
Yeah, oh gosh. The doghouse. The doghouse.
Okay.
Yes.
We're gonna make this change official right now.
I love it.
Yes. We're not even.
Yeah.
Let's say it's a doghouse for the episode.
There we go. I was gonna say my day has consisted of work, coming home from work, walking the dog, making dinner, and now this. So doghouse is fitting.
Burkus.
Yeah.
Still laptopless, Burkus. How you doing?
I mean, good. I'm laptopless, so that's kind of sucks. I have 8 concept series planned out because I have nothing else to do with my life. Yeah, I played goalie for the first time in 8 years and didn't suck. So, yeah, we're vibing.
Sounds good. So what are we wearing all today?
I'm wearing the Capitals 2015 Winter Classic.
Wow, where'd you get that nice of a jersey?
You know, it's crazy. I got it from a small little jersey reseller called Northern Leaf that definitely is not owned by one of the people in this call.
Totally not affiliated with
No, not in any way. They're definitely not giving us sponsorship money.
No. I don't think they could afford to. I just have an inkling.
Are you sure about that? We could use it.
We could use it.
Honestly, I could afford it. It's been honestly like almost exactly a year of selling, and definitely has been more successful than I would have anticipated. I'm not gonna divulge any specifics here on the podcast, but definitely more. I think we're over somewhere around 85 jerseys sold.
Not bad
in the calendar year, so super exciting stuff.
JNM, more like IRS. What's your income?
Yeah, right, exactly. I am wearing a green jersey because that's the color of money, and that's what we make in Northern Leaf. I'm wearing a 2020 Dallas Stars Winter Classic jersey. I was lucky enough to go to this game in my hometown, roughly, of Dallas. So super cool experience. Probably one of the more like, what's the word? Meaningful jerseys, sentimental. That's the one I was going for. One of the more sentimental jerseys in my collection. So always fun to break it out. Should mention also has Miro Heiskanen on the as well. What are you wearing, Bpoe?
Well, yours unintentionally also fits the reason that I'm wearing this jersey. I am not wearing a Winter or Heritage Classic jersey, but rather it is March 15th, 2 days before St. Patrick's Day, so I am wearing my St. Pat's jersey and hat, fittingly. I've got Mitch Marner on the back of this one. I actually got this one from Southern Tree Jerseys instead of Northern Leaf. Funny enough. I'm going to make a knockoff account
Is that
on
real?
Twitter. No.
I'm
going to make a knockoff account on social media, just like Southern Tree, and just parody your whole business.
You know, that's wild. I got one of my other jerseys from Western Pine.
Oh,
wow. I love it. It's funny. I've seen a couple of people use art because my buddy who I do business with is like a solid photographer and has like a good lighting setup and everything, and that's why he handles most of the jerseys. But it's we've seen people use our photos on their eBay postings, or someone on Reddit even on our /hockey jerseys. I think it was like 2 weeks ago, like used our. And I messaged one of the mods and was like, hey, just so you know, like I sold this jersey on eBay, so I don't know if this person actually has it or not. But I just want to let you know that like these are my pictures, so that might be worth like looking into when they removed the post and told the guy that he had to use his own pictures to
Yeah.
prove he had it or whatever.
I feel like it could be acceptable if somebody bought it from you and then resold it again.
Exactly.
Like, that's it.
Exactly. Like the one I saw on eBay with the person reselling it was the person who bought from us, but it was just kind of wanted to see.
I think like the one person or the one seller that I know of, I guess there's a couple. There's like Ben H, but I was thinking like Full Moon Jerseys, how they take like one photo of a jersey and then use it for like all the other sizes and whatnot.
Yeah,
Because, I mean,
I think
of course,
Penalty
you
Box
could- if
19
you
does
have-
that as well.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of those people who, buy in bulk and sell a lot of those same styles do that kind of thing. Anyways,
Yeah.
now that we know what we're wearing, shall we get on with it?
Let's do this.
Let's
Oh.
get it on.
First of all, what kind of mindfuck was it? A space-time distortion, having the Predators in their Stadium Series jerseys against the Blues in their Winter Classic jerseys the other night.
It looked better than expected, but it felt wrong. Like,
Yeah.
I wanted to hate it a lot more than I did.
Is this
I
the
think
first
is
time
the best
that's
way to
happened?
describe it. I think so.
I can't think of when else it would.
I mean,
See, I can't
teams
think
have
of
definitely
either, but
worn.
The thing
Teams
is,
have definitely
sorry, go
reworn
ahead,
their
Justin.
jerseys, and
Yeah,
I think even the Penguins and Flyers wore theirs from the same outdoor game against each other in a normal game.
I believe
2019, if I
actually,
recall.
funny enough, that was on St. Patrick's Day, and I was at that game.
And I think actually, if I recall too, that wasn't just like the Pens blew a lead in like the last 30 seconds of the actual Stadium Series game. I think they did in that game too, and lost in overtime in both of them.
I had a bet with my Flyers fan friend on both of those games for who's paying for dinner, and I unfortunately lost them both.
Both of them, yikes!
Yeah.
I feel so bad for you guys.
The only the thing that I can't think of any, but the fact that several teams have brought back their Winter Classic or Stadium Series jerseys as a full-time home and away or alternate is what makes me really wonder. Oh, you know what? No, never mind. That would have been color on color. And never mind. That wasn't a Winter Classic. I was thinking the Capitals' old Heritage alternate against the Flyers Stadium Series, 2017 current alternate. But never mind. Either way, if this has happened and we're forgetting about it, let us know. And for now, let's move on to the draft. So, the last of this whole series of drafts, we are drafting the Heritage Classic and Winter Classic jerseys. Also, just all the classics: Winter, Heritage, Centennial, NHL100 Classic. All of these jerseys up for grabs. And if you're listening for the first time or need a reminder, each of us will go in this order. Me, and then Burkus, and then Justin. We'll snake it, so then Justin will get 2, Burkus, and then me 2, and then snake draft. Now, for example, let's say I take Penguins 2008. That means Sabres 2008 is eliminated from being selected and goes to the doghouse, aka Clown Hell, aka just the undrafted column. So, and as we added a couple times ago, if I take this, Burkus takes this. Oh, we changed our minds. We can make a trade, and we can also trade our next up pick. Did I cover everything?
I think so.
I think so.
All right.
I'm happy to stall for more time if we want to, as I try and figure out what I'm going to do here.
Yeah, I'm between a couple here. As I make the first overall pick, it's a tough one because there's a lot of good jerseys here. But
there's a lot of good jerseys.
Yeah.
It's even tougher because one of the ones that I'm thinking of that I'm really heavily leaning towards taking eliminates an also very, very good jersey.
I mean, I feel like that's good, though. I feel like you want to keep us from getting good jerseys.
That's a very fair point, and I think it's going to lead me to this decision.
I'm going to regret saying that, but...
Yeah, come on, asshole.
I mean, honestly, I was probably going to do it anyways, so with the first overall pick in the 2022 Jersey Nerds Podcast Classic Jersey Draft, Bpoe selects Detroit 2014 Winter Classic, eliminating the Maple Leafs 2014 Winter Classic. I mean, again, this game on its own, absolutely beautiful, red on blue.
Probably the best outdoor game matchup ever.
Honestly, I think you might be right.
And I don't
Yeah.
think there's anything terribly close, to be honest. Like, there's a lot of good, but those are just incredible.
It's
Yeah,
hard
that
to
one was
it's
good.
hard to beat that bright red on bright blue, color on color. So vibrant. Whenever I make the argument against like black jerseys or black heavy jerseys, I always use this as an example of just how bright and vibrant it looks, how visually appealing it is compared to like the Kings at home against the Sharks on the road, where there's so much black involved. Um,
Yeah.
But personally, I think it's a little bit harder to make a Red Wings jersey that makes sense than a Leafs one, because the Leafs have had a couple different designs. The Red Wings have been very similar, without a direct throwback, I should add. And this Red Wings one does it. It doesn't make a lot of sense as a full-time alternate, but for what it is, the Winter Classic, it fits perfectly. The striping is excellent. The front sort of vintage looking logo and the script on top, all just excellent. So I was between a couple, but I don't think I'm going to be upset taking this one in the end.
Yeah.
Have we seen another color versus color outdoor game anywhere?
Penguins Flyers 2017.
Oh,
We literally just talked about this.
Oh,
and Penguins
yeah.
Flyers 2019. And any
Yeah.
Penguins Flyers game ever.
That's fair. I guess I discounted the black as not being a color.
Yeah, no.
That's yeah.
Dark on
And
dark,
also-
I guess maybe is a better way to put it then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I guess depending on how you count it, LA Colorado 2020. Depending on
Oh, yeah.
that jersey,
That's
yeah,
true.
white,
White and black. Yeah. That's fair.
All right. I think the only other game that's even remotely close to this one, and I know if I leave this, there's no chance that Justin ain't taking it. So I'm taking Penguins 2008
Fair.
because that game, I think, is the only one that's even remotely close to contending with 2014 for best looking ever.
It is wild how strong the Winter Classic started out.
I know
With
that
being, and like I know in a lot of circles that Penguins jersey is seen as the best Winter Classic, which I don't even agree with. Like I think both 2014 ones are better than that Penguins one, but I know I think Hockey by Design, because I was looking at it a couple weeks ago trying to prep for this, they had their rankings noted. They're a little bit out of date now, but the Penguins were their number one as of I think 2020, which is honestly as much of a Pens fan as I am, that surprises me.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Those are my number 3, but I just can't afford to pass those up. Those are a beautiful shade of blue, and I think there's a good chance both of my other ones will be left to me. So that is, in terms of individual jerseys, I don't think that's best, but in terms of individual game, I think that might have enough to contend with 2014.
Yeah, and I think looking back at it, I'm pained to see the Sabres in what they have now is their away, but with Navy it is so much better with their brighter blue. But it was a huge breath of fresh air at the time, because I believe that was still Buffa Slug era, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
It was. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Wasn't it like 2010 that they moved away from that to the other Navy thing that they had?
Something like that, yeah. To the one that they had up until a couple of years ago.
Just a heads up, by the way, I guess I should have said this before. If any of you guys are in the Buffalo area, they have made in Canada's of those old Navy jerseys at the Sabres store, although all of them are size 58 or larger. So
there you go. Well,
that's why I unfortunately didn't grab one. I should have mentioned this before, because I noticed that whenever I was there.
I have an away made in Canada 52 that I'm probably going to move because it's a little bigger than I'd like. If there's anyone so intrigued. Gosh, I don't know. There's a lot of I think those were the two obvious picks.
While you debate, I just want to say I really like that Penguins one.
Go ahead.
I feel like it's grown off of me a little bit just because of how much time has passed, and it looks a little, I don't want to say dated, but just seeing the old pictures at this point, it does look a little older. But also, I feel like there's a little bit of untapped potential in there, because I don't think they went all in on the vintage quite yet, because it has the Penguins, their current font at the time on it instead of a vintage font. So I think, changing that around would have improved it a little bit in terms of the vintage aesthetics.
Yeah.
But I'd be much more interested if something like this came back or was worn for warm-ups, if my opinion would change at all. it's good, but I don't know. For some reason, I don't rank it nearly as high as everybody else does. But maybe it's just, I've seen it too much, and it's just been a while.
Yeah, I want that one. I want that one to be the Penguins jersey I end up getting to do my 32 and 32 because it's just beautiful. I love it. Okay, Justin, go.
I think my first pick is gonna be actually the jersey I'm wearing now. I love. I mean, I've talked about it before, but I had done a concept for the 2020. Lock it in, yeah.
Right.
The Dallas Stars 2020 Winter Classic jersey. I had done a concept for this game probably 2 to 3 months before the actual jerseys came out, and it ended up being quite similar to. Is my camera going absolutely wackadoo?
A little bit. I was about to ask if that was just me.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm noticing it too. That's fair. If it keeps up, I might switch platforms here.
My goodness.
But yeah, I mean, I think so I'll swap it out after I make my 2 picks here. So we'll go with that one for one, and then for the second one, in case anyone wants to go to a rave, please enjoy. But secondly, I think in this one I keep going back and forth on, but I think I'm going to go with the 2018 New York Rangers. I think this is another one where both jerseys are good.
Yeah,
and I feel like it's the Rangers. The Rangers are one of those teams that it's hard to make a jersey for because, they're an original 6 team and an original 6 team that does have such a consistent look over the years that I think it's really surprising how fresh this feels. And I think it's excellent. And obviously that Sabres jersey is pretty solid as well. So with that, I will make my exit and then reappear.
All right. Viewers, you may see a minor weird thing with the video as things get adjusted. We may be cropped in weird ways. Just a heads up.
You can't see me. I'm hiding.
Perhaps for now. Never mind. Oh, he's back. That was quick. All right. Burkus, you're on the clock.
Me. All right. I am debating how much that asshole Bpoe is going to be.
Major.
Because I'm debating.
Hello?
I'm still here. I'm just thinking.
Okay. I was about to say that too.
I think. Yeah, I'll leave this. I'll leave it. I'm going with another light blue jersey, and that is kinda, and that's Canadiens 2016. Is their what should be their full-time road.
Ooh, I see.
Like change the font to a normal block font, and that should be your full-time road.
Update the logo and colors, I assume, too, right?
Yeah.
Logo, yes. Colors, no. Actually, maybe not even logo, yes.
Logo for sure.
Logo for sure. And if you're not going to update the colors on this one, at least change them on the other one. Make them consistent.
You change it on the home.
Okay.
Change it on the home. But that is another beautiful jersey. And that's the other Winter Classic jersey I own. Because it's just so nice looking.
You know what? I've said I disagree with you there that it should be their full-time road. I love the one that they currently have. But honestly, why not an alternate? Montreal, it's weird with them having an alternate, but honestly, have that as a road alternate.
Yeah.
It's about the only thing that makes sense for Montreal to have as an alternate, really.
Right. You can't really do anything else, but it's nice.
The reverse retro, maybe, but even then, I think that's a bit of a stretch. So.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So.
And that takes out a good Boston one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely part of the strategy here is taking out other good ones.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, the Boston one I'm not actually a massive fan of, to be honest. Looks.
I mean, it's good. I wouldn't say it's fantastic, but it's groundbreaking fantastic. It's very good though.
Right. It's a quality jersey.
That's fair.
So, with my next pick, I'm not really going to go for that strategy, but I've got 2, so we're good. I'm going to take Boston 2010. If you are familiar with this show or my opinions, I'm a big fan of yellow and yellow jerseys, and this is a excellent take on it. It has that vintage look that a winter classic should have, and very colorful, fits Boston well. Not much else to say.
That's what I was very much considering with my second pick.
Yeah, it's a great look. The Flyers one too. Yeah. Also a very nice look, but I think at this point we're a little too used to that one. So,
right.
Since they have since made it their primary home jersey. My next pick, I'm definitely going to be eliminating a very good jersey, and I think this pick also might be a little controversial depending on who you ask. I'm going to go for Minnesota 2022 and eliminate St. Louis's.
I remembered from our first draft of 2022 jerseys that you had that one high, so I was thinking it might.
I love that one, and I love St. Louis's one too. It's fantastic, but I think this Minnesota one is pretty much the epitome of what a Winter Classic or Heritage Classic jersey should be. I love how much they went into the vintage vibe with it, with the crest logo, the sort of abundance of striping, the tan pants and gloves, everything. I love the elbow pad things as well, the elbow patches. I've said it before, this is not something that could ever work outside of this context, because it does just look too old and dated for that. But for what this was designed for, it is a perfect fit, and it also looks excellent.
Yeah, I think it's not the nicest looking Winter Classic jersey. And I'm not saying it's not a nice looking. It's not the number one best looking Winter Classic jersey, but it might be the best Winter Classic jersey. And by that I mean like you said, Bpoe, it fits the bill the best. It is, at its core a Winter Classic jersey, and unmistakably so.
It looks like something that the Minnesota Wild could have worn in the 1910s, 20s, 30s if they were around at that point. Or the Minneapolis St. Paul Wild, I should say. And there's some other jerseys that do that similarly, but not quite exactly so.
I would say as a general rule too, for these games, fullbacks are the way to go over direct throwbacks. And looking at this, I don't know that there are many direct throwbacks, but I guess
there's definitely quite a few in there.
There's a couple.
Yeah. I think you have to be.
Actually, there's less than I thought.
You have to be either an original six. Yeah, in order to do a direct throwback, I think you have to be an original six that changes a lot, aka Chicago's early stuff, or Boston, or I guess Toronto with all of their stuff.
Or maybe an original 12, because Penguins, Blues both did the same thing, threw back to their original or very close to original jerseys. And it worked out fine, because it was 40, 50 years depending on the year that their game was in. So
right.
Yeah. All right. You left it, and now the question is, do I leave it one more time?
Ooh.
Nope. I'm not. Yeah, no. I'm taking the one I'm wearing.
That's fair.
Washington 2015.
I was flirting with the idea of taking it, so that's a good move.
Yeah, it's a very it's a very divisive jersey. I know that, but it's just so unique, and so I really love it. It's like what I think it's in a very similar vein to Minnesota, where it looks like what the Capitals would have worn if they were around in 1920, 1910.
Mm-hmm.
So I love it. I think it looks really good. Enough for me to pay almost $200 for it. So
can I make the argument? This is the best jersey the Capitals have worn since 2007 Reebok Edge. Honestly, arguably
I think it's the best one they've worn ever.
I was gonna say arguably ever.
I think ever, no questions asked.
I think the Screaming Eagle is the only thing close, but I think I would lean to the side. I don't know if I'd confidently say it, but I'd lean to the side of this is the best Capitals jersey ever.
I think if the reverse retro didn't have the Capitals text on it, I think then it might pass it. But I think this just tops it. It's so good. The only thing I might change is add the hem stripe onto the arm, but beyond that, it's almost perfect.
It's pretty cool.
I've also made modern Capitals concepts that use maroon and navy, and those also still look sick.
Yeah, I think maroon needs to be, and especially now that the Coyotes have Kachin it up for good reason to be fair, but for frustrating reason, maroon needs to be a full-time NHL look somewhere.
Yeah.
Colorado.
Yeah, but even then, it just I don't know with the steel
it's almost like more burgundy than maroon. If that's,
I was gonna say it's a little brighter.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I honestly think the Capitals like original jerseys / the throwback versions are also close to being their best of all time, and honestly good jerseys. But I think they just have one too many poorly aged, dated elements to it. Like with the abundance of stars everywhere, and the old basic typography, like what is it, like reverse italic Helvetica or whatever it is, font for the crest. If you stick an updated either a logo or like that updated like Capitals word mark that I showed off an episode or two ago, get rid of some of the stars, I think they've got a great home and away there. Even honestly, even in maroon and navy, or like maroon and bright royal blue, whatever you call combination you want to go for there, I think that's a pretty solid look.
In the spirit of maroon, I will make my third pick, and I think this one might be maybe an unpopular pick just based on picking this jersey over the other one in the game, but I will pick the 2014 Vancouver Canucks Heritage Classic jersey.
I was thinking of that one.
Yeah.
I think it's also kind of funny that I've picked 3 uniforms and 2 of them have canvas pants, but which is not something that I'm like super into, but I think it works in these contexts. I absolutely love this Vancouver Millionaires jersey, and it's definitely one that's kind of a, even though Vancouver is not a team I care about in any way, shape, or form, it's definitely like a quiet jersey that's on my list to get at some point if I have the chance to.
That is one that I actually own already. That 2014.
There you go.
It's really nice.
Yeah, I like it. I like the Ottawa jersey from that game better, but like I respect that.
That's another actually like really good looking game, and like weirdly so because like they're not like if you look at it, the logos are literally just both letters. I mean the letters with or is a letter with letters, but not the most creative jersey or logo wise, but 2 really good looking jerseys.
I just realized that would be an interesting like the identity swap. It's, for those of you who don't know, it's a series that I started years and years ago that I never completely finished. I was working with a friend of mine at the time, and then Lucas, my current coworker Lucas Deichmann, I believe is how you pronounce it. I apologize again. I'm not very good at pronouncing your last name.
Lucas D.
If you're familiar with aesthetics, you're probably familiar with that. He just got it featured on a recent video as well. That would be an interesting one to have like an O with Ottawa around it, and then I guess the V would just be a V, but that would be an interesting one for identity swap.
Really, there's only a couple that I'm really strongly considering still, but I think my next pick is going to be to lock down a Penguins jersey and take the Pittsburgh 2011 cursed Navy Winter Classic jersey that everyone and their mother got injured in, and I think that also eliminates a really quality Caps jersey as well that I honestly considered taking above the Penguins.
Yeah, that game sucks.
From a jersey perspective, or just from a game perspective?
Like from a jersey perspective, like I think that might be. I would think I would consider that the worst looking classic game outside of the NHL 100 Classic.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
wow, that's a take.
Maybe also 2009. 2009 might also be up there, but I think it's bottom 3 with those 2.
I honestly might be kind of with you there because there's almost a disconnect in the jerseys. They're from like 2 different eras.
I think it's excellent.
I don't think it's tough. But... Honestly, saying it's like bottom 3 isn't even that bad because even the worst matchup here is still a pretty good matchup. Let's be real.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Was the NHL 100 Classic that good?
Well, I mean, like, I guess if we ignore those, but.
Yeah.
even then, like they're not really. Yeah, the only ones that are like anything even remotely meh or negative, I feel like, are those. And I feel like the Leafs Wings one was actually pretty decent. The 100 versus the Centennial, the Ottawa Montreal one was definitely subpar.
Which one was which again?
Uh,
Centennial and
Centennial was Centennial was Leafs Wings, and then 100 was the other one, I believe.
okay. Oh yeah, and I just remembered too. The Leafs and Wings one were Reebok Edge still, and the other and the
Yeah.
Sens and
Oh yeah,
Habs
that's a
was
good point.
Adidas. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Burkus
Bpoe,
is
what you got, Mister Worst Winter Classic game ever?
it's not my
First off,
pick.
my name is Burkus, and second off, the reason why my face is gigantic is because I'm using my phone and I'm trying to look at the list.
Burkus,
Uh,
laptopless Burkus is
I'll do it,
joining
man.
in from his phone, so he has to look real close to see the tiny images.
Yes.
And say I should see if I can send them to you at a bit of a larger format.
You're good. If I exit out from the video, my video feed ends, so it'll screw everything up there.
Oh, right.
I'm debating between two.
You able to make my thing full screen, or do you already have that?
It is full screen, but
Okay.
it's vertical full screen.
Yeah.
That's really.
I think I know what I'm going with. I'm gonna go with, and I know this one. I normally would disqualify this because it was technically unveiled and used beforehand. But goddamn, it's just so good. I'm taking Edmonton 2016.
Yeah, I was thinking about taking that, but that was the argument I made. I was like, I think that's one of the best jerseys out of any of these jerseys, but I refrain from picking it because I don't even consider it a Heritage Classic jersey.
Yeah, it like normally whenever I do Heritage Classic jersey rankings, I have that like third last behind the two Montreal Heritage Classic ones because those are just their current home and road.
Mm-hmm.
And now their current alternate, but it's just so good. And
there's a size 46 McDavid that's for sale on r/hockey jerseys, and I'm trying to decide if I can commit to $2 for it. But
Bpoe, do you have the 2003 Heritage Classic on here?
I do not.
No. Surprise. Did not happen. I was gonna say.
I honestly, I prepared this a while back, and I thought I had a reason for excluding that. I don't remember what it was. Although the Canadians didn't, they wear the exact same jerseys, and the Oilers were just the Royal throwbacks, right? So.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we can just use one of the other ones as a placeholder for it if someone ends up drafting it.
I mean, just don't draft it.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say we can just not draft it. Just
okay.
not have it as part of it.
Seems scuffed, but okay.
It's not true. Didn't happen. We don't acknowledge any NHL history before the Reebok Edge era.
It's yeah, completely true. Ignore the fact that these are all throwbacks to that era.
No, didn't happen.
Yeah, these are all new jerseys, no throwbacks.
Correct.
Bpoe, go.
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to go for. I'm going to go New York Rangers 2012.
Nice.
The Flyers one here is also a really nice one, but I have always been a big fan of this 2012 one. Not the biggest fan of the inconsistency on the arms and the hems and everything, but other than that, the cream vintage white base looks excellent with the blue and red, to complement it. And it's just a very nice looking jersey, very classic looking. And boy.
Kind of funny that inconsistency was the theme that year because the Flyers had inconsistency.
Yeah, that's true. I think the Flyers one,
but honestly,
a little more
terribly.
Yeah, the Flyers one isn't too bad because it's kind of the same idea, just like remove a stripe. But boy, we're getting tough here because there's one that I'm thinking of, but I don't know which one from that game I want to go with. So, You know what? We're gonna go in a different direction. I'm going to go 2019 Blackhawks. The rare black jersey selection for me. But this is one of the few black jerseys that...
Everyone mark down the date.
This is one of the...
What time is it?
8:18
It
p.m.
is.
Eastern.
Are you okay? Do you need assistance?
Hey, I've said it before. This is one of the black jerseys that I'm a big fan of. Because while it's black and there's not a lot of color on it, I should say one of the few black ones that are just black and white I'm a big fan of, because there's a lot of different contrasting elements of the white there, where it's busy enough to be visually interesting, but not so much that it's boring, or not so much that it's overbearing. I mean, and again, looking at it in the context of a winter classic, and that this is the fact that this is nearly, if not nearly identical to one of their previous jerseys, it definitely gets a little bit of a pass on that front as well, for being, monochrome. So I'm a big fan of this one. Is it necessarily my favorite left on the list? No, but
Yeah.
I think I need a bit more time to figure out something.
I would love to see the white as a reverse retro.
That would be interesting, yeah.
Even though would also be good is a red that jersey, but swap black for red.
I see red and white just does not feel Blackhawks to me at all.
Honestly,
that is fair.
Give it let me look this
up. Maroon and Bpoe, like our two color series.
Yeah. Give it maybe like red, but keep like the inside of the stripes black, maybe.
Oh, I could see that.
Oh, I actually did that. I did that for my Centennial redo.
I can't say I'm too surprised that somebody's done it. It's not the most original idea in the world. But...
I would not be able to pull it up since I am using my phone to record. If you go to my aesthetics page, it's probably on there.
I think I did the opposite of that for the new Jersey alternate.
Yeah.
It was black with red, but yeah, that could work.
Yeah.
This is also a prime example of why that new jersey thing is actually not half bad if you look at it in a vacuum, because it's just this jersey without hem stripes and a different crest. So
yeah,
the problem is that they just basically lifted it from the Blackhawks, even if unintentionally, because they lifted it from a previous New Jersey team. Man, looking at this, I'm almost debating not taking that Boston one, but because these are both.
I was gonna say
the Boston one's also very good.
Yeah, that's a common theme with this one, where the Stadium Series is like, do I have to make a pick? This one's like, God, they're both good. I want them both.
Part of me feels like a brown helmet would have helped on Bruins jersey.
Has they done a brown helmet?
Yeah, they wore a brown helmet in their 2010 game.
Oh, okay.
With the yellow jerseys.
I didn't know if that was like a vintage white, similar vein. All right. Okay. So the one I was debating between with the last one is still here. So that's neat. And I'm Justin. Do not fret. I'm going to spare you of another great atrocity. And I'm taking the Flames 2019.
Name a better pair of Bpoe and taking Heritage Classic jerseys that don't count Heritage Classic jerseys anymore.
Well, that wasn't their road at the time, but
yeah, at the time that was brand new. So
Burkus is about to pick the 2011 Habs jersey next.
No, I'm not, because that jersey sucks. Wait, is that their home or?
That's their road.
Okay, yeah, that jersey sucks.
Don't say that around Bpoe. He'll fight you.
Well, he's wrong and should feel bad.
I'm coming around on it, just like I came around on the Leafs Heritage from this year. Which I was thinking about, like the Leafs Heritage is like very similar to like identity swap type stuff with the Habs road in a way, with basically just a letter logo and stuff on the hem, and then just the numbers on the arms. I was going between two, and then I just realized I have two picks. Excellent. We love it when a plan comes together. So one of them I'm debating on which one I'm going to take, so I'll go with the other one. 2017 Leafs Centennial Classic. I think this one is really cool. I didn't really like it at the time. I still don't know that they did the numbers on the back the most effective way, with having the blue numbers outlined in silver. But I don't really know that. Like, I don't have a quick fix of a better option. So I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, I suppose. But I think these are really cool. It's weird because I feel like it's the one here that doesn't fit because it kind of feels futuristic to me, not like backward looking.
Yeah.
But I like it about it. It feels really fresh. I wouldn't mind this as a Leafs alternate, to be honest. Again, the number on the back is kind of weird, and I don't really know how to solve that. But I think it's a really fun jersey that feels very new age. Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner Leafs, which I think is really cool. Then my other one, honestly, I'm surprised this one has stuck around because I think both jerseys in this game are great, and I think it was mentioned as one of the worst matchups again. So maybe my meter for measuring Winter Classics games is just a little askew for whatever reason. But I think the 2009 game was excellent. And I'm going to go with. I was thinking the Blackhawks this whole time, but the more I look at the Red Wings one, the more I like it. So I think I'm going to go with the Red Wings 2009 for my 6th pick.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think both of these sweaters are excellent. This is probably one of my, I would say probably top 5 winter, at least Winter Classics for sure, if not all classics in terms of jersey matchup.
You're wrong, and
why?
I just realized. I think we're going to be one jersey short. So, do we get one? Do we get one from the Crown Hell?
Or we can bring in that other Heritage Classic. Is what we got. 1.
I'm
2,
down for either of them, although
3,
maybe
4.
Yeah. Maybe perhaps we go to the Clown Hell for one selection. I guess
for the last one.
Consolation for Justin being last or something.
I love it. I'm very happy with it.
Does that sound fair?
That sounds excellent.
I kind of want to take it from Clown Hell.
No. Not allowed. Give me that compensatory draft pick.
How about we each get one, and then Justin just gets 2? But all of ours has to be at the end.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
I mean, at that point, you might as well just give me one and call it a day.
That's fair.
And I imagine we'll go to lightning round anyway, like we always do. So
I was say we were definitely going to lightning round.
Yeah, sure. Justin just gets a Clown Hell.
Why not?
I'll just be a bit sad. And then now I have to figure out what I'm going to pick. Is that the 2017 Winter Classic? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I really don't actually like this jersey that much. I think it's the most. I think this one is in contention for best overrated jersey in the league, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the Blues 2017 Winter Classic.
Agreed.
It's a good jersey, but the yellow and vintage white kind of clash, and then their home is just better. I'm sorry to people who want to keep this around full time as the home, but no, this is just it's just not as good.
People who want the 2017 and 2022 Blues Winter Classic jerseys paired up as a full-time set just irk me to no end.
Yeah.
I wonder if those people all want it exactly as is, or change the vintage white to regular and update the logo.
Yeah. I wish they would change white on their alternate and keep that as their alternate. I think that would be excellent. I'll be honest. The more I see vintage white these days, the more I just don't care for it to be a thing.
Yeah.
I think it works sometimes a lot better than others, for sure.
I also think full vintage white jerseys in general are tough to pull off.
Yeah.
I think both the Winter Classic and Heritage jerseys from this year would have been miles better if they were just real white.
Yeah.
I don't think you should do a primary vintage white.
I think the only one that's good is Ottawa, whatever year that is.
2014. Ottawa, that's a good point.
I think the Rangers, I don't mind the Rangers 2012 one that I took. I think that was a pretty good use of it as well.
I don't mind it, but I also think it would probably be better white.
I don't know. Maybe we need to Photoshop that a little bit.
That's true. Maybe that's the
Okay, that
the
brings up
thumbnail.
actually a good question for afterwards. And I guess it's my pick now, and I've got 2 picks.
It is.
And speaking of the 2022 Heritage Classic jersey that would have been better in regular white, that one's going to Clown Hell. I'm taking the Leafs one.
Yes.
Now,
I was gonna say hot take the Leafs better.
if this was a jersey draft, and I mean, we've probably said it is, but this is really a uniform draft, a full uniform draft, how we were in the game. We could have recorded this over the weekend, but part of it was that I wanted to wait for the game to happen to see it on the ice. For this reason exactly. Buffalo's looks better from up close as just a jersey, because you can really see the yellow on the vintage white a lot better. From a distance, that blends together in a bit, and it still is a nice looking jersey, even from the broadcast angle. And that Leafs one on its own is very plain. There's not a lot to it, and from up close, the blue on blue arenas is a little odd. But I do really love that detail still that they added. It's kind of the whole sublimation thing. I'm trying to think of a good jersey that does that type of thing. Carolina's home jersey, the sublimated striping where it's there but it's not super visible. But on the ice, that Leafs one again. I'm not going to say the epitome, but it just has that vintage 100 years ago look that is perfect for these type of games. Not really something that should stick around for much more than that. But yeah, I think that looked great on the ice. I'm not sure if I would have liked it a little better in royal blue instead of navy, but
I think different from their normal jerseys, I think navy is a good move.
That's fair.
Yeah,
that's very fair.
And then before you make your second pick, I just want to point out the key to having a good jersey in the Winter Classic is to don't play Montreal.
I talking about the 2011 Flames one, and I honestly love that jersey.
I mean, both aren't. I mean, I'm willing to defend either of those. I think they're both. I have a preference as to which one Bpoe takes, but I think it's funny that both teams are playing involving Montreal.
Yeah. That is kind of funny.
I'll level with you. I'm between 2 of them, and neither of them are Montreal's.
Yeah.
Because
Montreal bad.
I mean,
I think there's a clear argument. I don't know what we're talking about here.
The Montreal 2011 one is nice, but it's just their regular away jersey without a white outline in between the number outlines. So there's not too much there to really go off of.
I didn't realize that, to be honest.
That's the only difference. Otherwise, I would have debated just not including it. But then again,
I feel like I prefer the Heritage
numbers,
Classic with the numbers.
I'm not sure.
I think they just need to make it so that the white outline is thinner than the red one instead of having them be the same width.
That might be fair.
Maybe. I do like the way it is now, though.
Bpoe,
right. I mean, at this point, you just can't change that because it's been around too long.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. This is a lot tougher one than I think Justin thinks it should be. I'm gonna go 2011, the Flames one.
Yes, I love that. I would make the C just the maroon and just have it be pure 2 color, but I think it's awesome.
Actually, I think that would make it pretty good. Better. I don't think I'm necessarily as high on it as Justin is. I mean, I guess none of us are that high on it, considering it's second to last pick that doesn't go back into Clown Hell.
I honestly didn't realize the number game, and I was kind of keeping it around because I felt it would sit, and I was gonna try and get the end.
Yeah,
that's fair.
But that was more or less my strategy too. It's just that I also think all mine are better.
I was gonna say I don't think there's any jerseys in my roster currently that I would trade for it. Really,
I was about to offer a trade because I'd take that 2017 or 2009 ones. Honestly, looking at them.
Yeah, the 2009 I'd consider, but even then, I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean,
looking at 2017 and 2009, if you get rid of the silver on the Leafs, that would make an excellent kind of inverted matchup. Another Leafs Red Wings matchup that would be absolutely glorious.
That's true, actually.
Yeah,
I didn't realize how similar those are in a way.
Yeah. I've never thought about them in the context of each other, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just why would you?
Yeah.
Who wants to boot up the NHL games and play that?
There you go.
All right. I think
Burk, what you got?
I have to bite the bullet since I've been banned from Clown Hell. So I'm taking Ottawa 2017, aka the worst of the O jerseys.
By far.
Yeah,
ridiculous.
by far.
And also, it's not that bad.
It really isn't terrible. It's still probably like the third best jersey the Senators have had. But that just says more about how bad the Senators jerseys have been.
Yeah, 100%. Part of me, like, I would be like, oh, it'd be better without a silver O. But then I'm like, what do you make the O?
Red, maybe?
Red, maybe.
Because it at least contrasts with the stripes.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a weird one.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how to fix it, but it also just doesn't do a lot.
Not that. Yeah.
I would honestly argue that that's the main problem. It has that O on the front not contrasting well because the
also
general striping.
You put that in Justin's here.
Oh, my bad.
Surprise.
So I did it Clown Hell.
Yeah, you did the doghouse. All right. Well,
I'll trade you that one for the doghouse pick.
No, thank you. Yeah, this feels a bit unfair because I think I'm going to take what I think is arguably the best Winter Classic jersey
It's definitely
ever.
A little unfair, but you know what? Whatever. Who cares?
And that is the
rules are made up and the points don't matter.
Yeah, right. The 2014 Leafs Winter Classic jersey, which is, the one eliminated by the first overall pick. But both of those are absolutely excellent. I definitely don't fault Bpoe for taking the wings.
That pick could really go either way if you're picking between that game.
Yeah. Honestly, ask me on a different day, and I might pick the Red Wings over it.
Same thing. Ask me on a different day. Maybe I'll take the Leafs. I guess I was just feeling red today.
I would say, in my opinion, those are probably very arguably number 1 and 2.
Yeah. So
all of them.
I guess that means Justin's Crip and Bpoe's a Blood.
Oh, I get to pick another.
Well, no. Now we're done.
Right, but now we go to
the end of the official draft.
We get to go to. I feel like we should, Brendan. You should get to go first for the lightning round. I don't feel right taking one from there for my final real pick and also going first.
Arguably, that's kind of fair.
Yeah, even though
I will concede.
So, on to the lightning round.
Pew, 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 pew.
Boom. 20 mainly for Bert and I guess for all people listening not watching. 2014 Ottawa Heritage Classic.
Good.
All right. This lightning round's gonna be pretty slow whenever it gets to me because I can't see.
We'll give you a little bit of a break on this one.
Buffalo 2018.
Okay.
Ooh,
that's
pick.
Quality. Nashville 2020.
Really?
Yeah, I love it. That's one I want to add to my
definitely nice,
collection.
but I'm not sure it's one of the better ones on the list. But hey.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, and I get to pick 2 now.
Yep. You got one more.
This is the other one I was thinking through anyway. So Washington 2011.
Okay.
It seems my opinions on classic jerseys are a little bit different than y'all, which is, I feel like me and Bpoe are typically aligned on jersey opinions across the board. So this is interesting.
Yeah, we're pretty close.
Yeah. Flyers 2010.
Fair. I'm going to go Blues 2022. Very nice jersey despite being, little...
Hot take.
Let's go... Screw it. We'll go 2 cream, blue, and yellow jerseys, and we'll go 2022 Buffalo Heritage.
I was going to say, those are practically the same jersey.
They're pretty damn similar. The yellow just decided it wanted to be on the other side of the stripe for Buffalo.
It's wild to me that those were used in the same year.
Yeah.
And yet they honestly look so distinct from each other. Just that one change.
And the bigger thing to me is how similar the 2022 and 2018 Sabres ones are. Because literally if you take if you take away the outer blue stripe, on the arms, and the yoke, and then vintage white everything, they're nearly identical.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty much it. And hey, that
Which is
2018 one looks good. Definitely better, but it's, still good.
Right.
So hey.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Now the question is, do I take a jersey I've?
You do take a jersey. Answer is yes.
I'll leave it for Justin. I'll go 2019 Bruins.
Okay. I literally was just like, dang, I should have taken that one instead of Buffalo, but oh well.
I don't even know which one y'all are talking about.
I have no idea what Burkus is talking about either, but I was just thinking the 2019 Bruins one. I was like, dang, I should have taken that instead of Buffalo.
I'm going to go... This is my pick, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
2012 Flyers.
That's fair.
I'm so ready for the
and
Hawks.
Justin's second pick, 2019 Jets.
Yes.
No. Do it. Do it, Howard.
2016 Bruins. I love that one.
Burkus, you're up.
Okay. So Justin didn't take it. And now I just kind of want to see if Bpoe won't take it for shits and giggles. I'll take 2016 Jets.
Okay.
Good one. I don't know why I didn't pick that one. That one's excellent. I'm actually shocked that one didn't get... Well, I guess it was up against the Orange Crush one. That was a great matchup.
I don't know. Very good.
Minus the Oilers not doing anything new.
Yeah.
This is a tough pick at this point. I'm going to go... Mm-hmm. I mean, it's lightning round, so screw it. 2017 Wings. I like the color on there. It's a very
I totally forgot that one
from that silver. But
yeah,
silver in the logo is fine. I'm not a big fan of the silver stripe, but hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, I think that one's better than Toronto's from that year.
Hard disagree, but that's already apparent.
Soft disagree. Soft questionable disagree.
And disagree.
How well cooked would you like your agreement?
Medium disagree. Bpoe, what's your next pick?
Oh shit, that's right. I got another pick.
Right.
I guess I didn't have to debate between these two after all. 2008 Buffalo.
There you go.
That was the other one. That was the one I was debating with for Boston.
That one's a good one.
Fuck. I mean, by process of elimination, 2009 Chicago, I guess.
I was hoping for. Big sad.
Make Justin pull another sword. Come on.
I almost picked up the last one. Oh gosh, I hate all of these. Pull
another sword. Come on, do it again.
No, 2017 Hawks. I like the black all the way to the hemline on that one.
You got one more.
And the retro. Oh no. Oh, spare me.
Fall on the sword. Do it, coward.
I'm honestly tempted to. Yeah. Screw it. 2019 100 Classic.
We did it.
Wow, we did it.
We won. I don't care what if we put it to a vote and who decides, but we won this. It's tied.
Arguably, the 2011 Habs is definitely the best jersey of those four left, but I don't respect not doing something new.
It also isn't.
I give them slightly more of a pass for since it was 2011. It was pretty new concept at the time, but even still, everybody else is doing something at least new.
It's a new concept. Already giving up.
Yeah,
not trying.
They were at least doing more than changing the number outlines.
Yeah.
But
speaking of completely giving up, Blackhawks 2015.
2015. I was gonna say I would excuse the Blackhawks at this point if they just wore their typical away because they've worn everything else. It feels like, but.
And I will go 2017 Habs.
Whoa.
Again, the 2011 one is better, but that 2017
objectively
one
better.
is also pretty close to working. It's just got a couple of issues. The helmet, and I wish the striping was more consistent. Give me that silver stripe in between on the hem, and I think this is actually quite a nice jersey. But
so pretty definitive statement that the Habs outdoor game jerseys suck.
Aside from 2016.
Again, they don't even necessarily suck. 2017 is not great, but I guess they just suck in the context because 2011 looks good. It's just not.
Right, they
Anything
didn't
new.
try.
Also, based on how we drafted, I think we can say 2017 NHL100 Classic is definitively the worst in terms of both jerseys and name.
I mean,
I think that's
shoehorning, and I mean even the Centennial too. Shoehorning like metallic silver into 4 original 6 identities was just a poor choice.
It's like so
Noah
close
is
to
honored
working
that he
too.
called them.
Yeah,
Like, I think it works decently on the Leafs one because you don't really necessarily see it on the white. The Red Wings, you kind of got the same thing. I think it works great in the logo. I just wish one of the stripes wasn't silver, or like there was silver in between the stripes or something like that. You know, Senators, it works decently well. The logo's the main problem. Habs also, it works decently well if you just have the hem consistent with the arms, but
while we're on the topic here, I'm gonna pull a mailbag question out if that's all right with y'all.
Yeah.
in action, like a mailbag question that somebody else asked, or one
Yeah.
of your own.
So while we were recording, like in the past like 15 minutes, Carter asked,
Okay.
what is the most underrated or most overrated? I say we do both. Heritage Classic, winning class. So from this list, what is the most underrated, most underrated and overrated jersey, and what is the most underrated and overrated logo? Which honestly, I don't know if I have an answer for logo because I don't know that I've heard many like strong opinions on these logos.
If anything, maybe I'd give it to Washington 2015 because that's a really nice logo that's not really talked about. Also, maybe even Dallas 2020 just because of how many people made fun of it for STD years or whatever. Which
that's the one I was gonna.
It's a little bit of a stretch, but like I see it. But it's a little bit of a stretch.
Wait, are we talking event logo or team logo?
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't think of that.
I interpreted that as event logo.
All right, let's see if I can pull up. Oh,
I was gonna say the sports.
Hello, Chris.
I would honestly, if we're talking about team logo, I would probably say the 2022 Leafs because of just how much people have universally hated the, arenas sublimated behind the T. But I think honestly, it's super cool because the T stands out on its own and like works on its own, and then the arenas is just kind of a little like Easter egg, like at the end of the day.
I'm gonna say, how about we save the Winter Classic and Heritage Classic, and honestly, we'll throw Stadium Series. We'll throw the logo in there. We'll save that question for another time when we can prepare a bit better and have a better look at all of them. Jersey-wise, boy, I'm trying to think of. I think the Leafs 2022 one might be up there. I don't know if people have people might not have necessarily had the time to let it grow on them yet, considering the game was like 2 days ago.
I think 2011 also underrated, but we've discussed that. 2020 Preds I think is criminally underrated. I think I've made that apparent already. I think it's excellent. I think people get really butthurt about like the P touching the stripe and like use that and say the jersey sucks, but like I think it's an jersey and uniform altogether, and the font on it is super cool. Honestly, 2020 is the pinnacle of classic jersey fonts. Both of those fonts were wonderful, which I know is probably a detail that most people don't care about, but I feel like we at least do.
Yeah. If you're listening to an hour-plus podcast about jersey, you care.
Yeah.
Like, even if you won't admit it to yourself, you care about this shit.
It's like on the Steve Dangle podcast, they always say, if you're listening to this, a hockey podcast, you're a hardcore fan. You're a hardcore hockey fan.
Any other rated honorable mentions or underrated?
You may not be a capital jersey nerd, like capital J, capital N, but you are a lowercase jersey nerd.
I like a sweater geek at least.
Yeah.
For underrated, I'd say 2022 Wild, because it's really a love it or hate it. But I think there's a little bit more hate for it, and I think part of it's people not like viewing the jersey in a modern lens instead of this jersey is meant to look old and a little bit unrefined.
Yeah,
it's intentionally a little bit unrefined with like spacing and whatnot, but I think it's one of the best out there. I can't say the best, otherwise it would have been my first pick. But
right. So overrated.
Well,
Or-
hey, hi. I'm
No,
here.
overrated.
I'm
Burkus
gonna
is
deafen you.
overrated.
You can't. You're deafened. You can't talk. All right, just kidding. You're back.
Yay. Okay, so underrated. I think I said this and made it clear. 2017 Red Wings Centennial Classic. I don't know why I'm specifying the year. There was only one.
I like that. I appreciate the take.
That is like it. I remember seeing that game, like watching it on TV, and being like, that Silver Red Wings logo looks hot, and the striping looks really good. So I am a big fan of that. I think that. Do I want to say that?
Say it.
I think that jersey is at least as good as the jersey Bpoe took first overall.
That is a hot take.
It is.
Okay.
And
My biggest
that is also
question: if that is your
That is-
take, why did it go so far down the list?
because I also think that Red Wings Leafs game is most overrated on it because it's a beautiful game for the sake of being red versus blue, but the Leafs jersey is pretty good, but that Red Wings jersey just doesn't really do a lot for me.
Oh my gosh.
Like, it's fine. Like, it'll survive.
You're talking
I'm
24.
okay with it, but like,
Yeah, Brandon, he's talking 2014 Winter Classic
Oh,
with his
okay.
hot take.
yeah,
Wait, as overrated?
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow. Honestly, though, this looks pretty nice too. Looking at, do they have
It
a
was
giant?
excellent.
They have a giant T on their pants, just like the hair. I didn't realize they did
Oh,
that
yeah.
before. I thought,
I didn't
wow,
know that either.
that does not
Yeah.
fit at all. That
And
makes
Yeah.
no
So-
sense.
Yeah, both of my takes are combined, and like I didn't even think it was that overrated until you guys literally took that first overall both times.
Oh, it's excellent.
Like, if we had realized that
So-
we were
I'm
one
sorry, that
short,
is excellent.
Arguably,
it's a
Red
good
Wings
game.
might. Red Wings
it's
might
good for being red versus blue. Like, the red versus blue matchup is fantastic, but both actual jerseys, especially the Red Wings, I think are overrated.
Oh, I love that so much. And I will admit I'm a bit biased towards this game because I did get to go to this one as well. So there's a lot of like warm fuzzies to me. Actually, very very cold fuzzies because it was a very but excellent. And also, if you're in one of these games and you're not wearing a toque on your mask, you don't deserve to be playing goalie in one of these games.
That is 100% true.
Okay. Does that actually do anything to help, though?
No, but it
Okay.
looks
Fair
probably
enough. Honestly,
warmer,
yeah,
but
I
like-
wonder if it like blocks any wind coming in the ears or something like that.
Yeah,
if it
but
stretches that
it's
far, but
It's
that's
negligible.
probably like the most badass you can look as a hockey player. Like it's amazing.
What if you wore a toque skating out
That's pretty.
over your helmet?
okay.
No
I'm
helmet,
sorry,
just two.
Burkus, your opinion is just wrong. This looks excellent.
You're
and
wrong.
while this doesn't affect
Burkus,
the
isn't it
actual jerseys,
Like,
the brown pads
a
there
good-
and the wooden colored stick also of is that Bernier also just looks excellent.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good looking game because it's red versus blue, and
Those are the jerseys. You can't remove
it
that.
looks
Like
really good.
I would argue that's
But
also the most
The
important part.
individual jerseys aren't that good. Like, if the Leafs jersey was going against, like, I don't know, the Senators' current road, it'd be like, yeah, it's a good jersey, but like not outstanding.
I kind
Same
of
with the Red Wings.
I see where you're coming from.
I see where you're coming from, but I still disagree.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
I still think they're both great jerseys. I mean, again,
I
not
kinda wanna see the
necessarily
Red Wings
as
fit
like
it.
a current home or away or alternate, but for the Winter Classic in particular, I think they work fine. If not,
I kind of want to see the Red Wings with actual white instead of vintage white because I know I have a personal vendetta against vintage white now. But also weird to me noticing in this picture. No, I think I'm wrong. Do the Red Wings yoke stripes also go on the back of the yoke or just the front?
They're on the back too.
I would
Okay,
say
this
I
picture
think
made me
so.
think of just the front. It felt weird to me, but I think it's both.
There's a better photo that. Yep,
the-
both. Oh.
Okay,
here's
good,
another one.
good.
It's kind of
was
pixelated,
what-
but you can see that it's on the back. So
So, since Burkus took us to the land of the overrated, what else? I think we already mentioned 2017 Blues.
Yeah.
2019 Jets.
I think
Yeah.
2017 Blues is really good. It's just, I think people love it a little too much.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly
I'm
love
not.
them, but it's not. I don't have like a hard on for them.
I think the 20. I know Burkus isn't going to like this given his second pick, but I think that Habs 2016 jersey is very overrated.
I think it's
it's
overrated by Burkus in particular because he hates the current roads so much.
Fair. And I think that is the take. That is the thing that most people are like, oh, this should replace their current roads. And
I mean,
I don't know how many
yes.
people necessarily agree with that because I feel like you have to have strong jersey opinions in general to have something against that Habs
Fair.
road
Yeah.
because I don't know. I think most people are just kind of like they've had it for a while. It's classic, you know.
I feel like a lot of people just assume it's the same as the home and like don't even like watch closely enough to like realize that it's not.
I mean, you'd have to be pretty dang oblivious.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if I'd say people are that oblivious about it.
But I think to a good portion of the population, it's like, oh, that's a Canadian jersey, and it's like, yeah, they're both like equally, like obviously Canadians, and I don't expect them to ever change it. But
I honestly don't know that there's many other overrated looks here. I feel like the ones that I've seen highly and the ones that I don't like aren't very well. I think the 2019 Blackhawks is overrated, and I'm not that stuck around as an alternate. But
actually, I think that's about where it should be. It's like good, but not fantastic.
I guess based on what I said earlier, the Penguins 2008, but honestly, barely. I don't necessarily think it's upper echelon of Winter Classic jerseys, but it's still good.
Yeah, if people are gonna say it's number one overall, it's definitely overrated in my book.
Yeah, I don't put it that high for sure. Like honestly, like looking at my own list, I'd probably put it after 2012 Rangers before the Blackhawks.
I feel like the
2019,
2011 underrated.
Do we all disagree on at least someone's first overall pick?
Do we disagree?
Because I think the Penguins is easily number one. Bpoe apparently Red Wings is number one, and if not, it's the Maple Leafs. And then Justin, I guess I don't know if I put that Stars jersey that high, but it's good.
Honestly, depending on my mood, if you ask me on a certain day or maybe like closer to the game, I honestly might have said that Minnesota one was my favorite first overall. It's so good.
I'd give it to you.
Awesome. Do we want to even actually? Well, two things. For one, Burkus, you want to try your game, and if not, or if you don't think we have enough time, do you want to maybe talk about underrated and overrated Stadium Series jerseys? Tie back into the last draft, or did we kind of already cover that? Do you guys think?
I think we did that in the episode. If I'm not
okay, I couldn't remember. Burkus, we got enough time for your game, or do we just want to call it a wraps?
Like, I can do the game so that then the video will be all weird and cropped out because my video will go away.
Okay. How about we pause? We'll pause the recording real quick. We'll get that set up, and we want to try it at least as a test run. Then maybe see if it sticks around for another.
Sure.
All right. Pausing the recording now.
Yeah.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Burkus's video feed is gone because, as mentioned, he's on his phone, and he can only have one thing open at once. And he has to have his notes app open for this game. So, Burkus, the floor is yours. Explain what's going on here.
Okay, so this game is very similar to one I saw on YouTube by Tomska. Basically, the idea is I will name an NHL team, and Bpoe and Justin have to name me a player from that team. However, they're not allowed to use a certain letter. So, for example, I'll say, without using the letter K, name me a Winnipeg Jet. And the first person to do that wins a point.
Gosh.
The other thing is that it has to be first name and last name. So, for that example, K Jet without using a K, you're not allowed to say Mark Scheifele.
In my head, I went, Mark, nope. Nick, nope.
Yeah, same. I was like, wait, does he spell it with a C? Oh.
Andrew Kopp.
Yeah.
There we go.
I
think, right?
my fourth player finally didn't have it.
Okay. So that was just an example. That's not an actual thing. So yeah, I got 11 queued up. So first 1 to 6 wins. We good?
I was like, Bpoe, I can see you Googling rosters.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I'm
no,
Googling
also-
a little scorekeeper and that's a Chrome extension. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
App.
No Googling allowed.
of course.
All right.
You
And then
guys
let me
cannot
know.
see the reference image side yet, but let's see if I can just do this quick enough. All
And
right.
then these are also in order of what I think is difficulty.
You know
we'll
what? I'll
see.
just use my app or use my iPad that I
And
have in
Bpoe,
front of me
you
and
can
just
totally
write it
just
down.
reset this tier. You just reset the tier maker and then just
Oh,
drop
that's
a
actually
jersey.
a really good point. Oh, it reset those too.
Oh no.
I mean,
It's
not
fine.
hard to fix, so. Bpoe
Okay.
and
I'm excited. This will be interesting.
Yeah.
it reminds me a little bit of the TikTok trend that's been going around with that face filter that has the letters or whatever. It's like, say the first word that comes to mind.
Yeah. All right. So these are in order of what I think is difficulty, so it should get harder. Let's go. All right. You ready?
I'm ready.
Sure.
All right.
Let's go.
First one to get it wins. Without
Me.
using the letter A, name me a buffalo saber.
Goodness. Peyton Krebs.
Correct.
Ah,
There we go.
Good
Justin
one.
gets the first point.
Literally
went-
my first.
what did I go?
And then I was like, wait.
I think in my head I was like, Tage Thompson, nope. Alex Tuck, nope. Craig Ant, nope.
Yeah.
I was thinking y'all were going to say Jeff Skinner really quick.
Oh, that
And I
was
was
a
like,
good
okay.
one. How did I miss him?
Yeah, Jeff Skinner, Kyle Pozo. Like, come on,
Mm.
guys.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Okay, this might be a lot harder than I thought. All
I'm
right.
wondering how good I'm going to be at this because I could either be
Yeah.
very good or very not.
All right. Next one. Without using the letter Q, name me a Los Angeles King.
Blake Wheeler. I mean, Dustin Brown.
You screwed me up for
I
a second
literally
there because I went, what?
I thought Brown. That's because I was thinking B and I had mentioned Wheeler so recently that I'm like, boom.
I think you saying that actually, like, saying no Q screwed me up because I first thought of Quentin Byfield because you said that.
That's all.
Yeah, I was thinking Quentin Byfield, Jonathan Quick.
And Quick,
Those are,
yeah.
I was thinking Kopitar, but I couldn't. I saw his face, but could not remember his name for the life of me.
I'm not doing good so far, but I'm actually really enjoying this. So, Burkus,
Yeah,
I say we do all 11, no matter who wins.
Yes. Oh,
Okay.
yeah, that was the plan. But
I want to sweep 11. That's what I'm going for.
Yeah. Also, I want to say I used all of the letters at least once over the course of 33,
Okay.
and I used all of the teams at least once.
I see.
I'm
Very
just
cool.
doing 11 right now.
Well,
but yeah, this is definitely something that can come back in another day. So,
Yeah, I like this.
All right. Without using the letter L, name me a St. Louis Blue.
Ryan
Thomas.
O'Reilly. No. Oscar Sundquist.
I said Robert Thomas.
Yeah,
Okay.
Bpoe gets that one.
I got a point. Yay.
I didn't hear what you said, so I just went with one anyway.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Like Ryan O'Reilly, that's 2 R's. That's perfect. And I was like,
I honestly kind of just said that, and then I was going to wait. Or I was like, I didn't remember if there was an L in it. I just kind of said a name.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's the strat.
That didn't seem like it had an L in it. So
Yeah. I was thinking Jordan Bennington would be pretty easy on that one.
Oh.
All right.
Nope.
This is where it starts getting harder. Without using the letter P, name me a Boston Bruin.
Torrey Krug.
Aha.
Correct.
Wait, no, he's not on the Bruins anymore.
Oh, you're right.
Linus Hallmark.
Yeah.
I honestly
that
kind of
works.
I don't know many.
Wait, no,
Bruin...
isn't Ulmer? No, he was on the Sabres.
No, yeah, he was on the Sabres. I don't know that many Bruins depth players. Fucking Marchand doesn't have a P in it. Damn it! I knew I was forgetting one of the elite guys.
I just got Pasternak and Bergeron on that one. I was like, oh hey, that's 2-1. That works.
Yeah.
All right. Without using the letter U, name me a San Jose Shark.
Thomas Hertl.
Jesus.
There we go.
Yeah, maybe when this recording goes, it won't be.
You got that one quick.
Yeah. This is turning into a bloodbath, Bpoe.
This is. Apparently,
Okay.
I'm not very good at this game.
Okay.
At least being
Without-
first at it.
Yeah, that's fair. Without using the letter N, name me a Detroit Red Wing.
Well,
Sam
it doesn't
Gagne?
tell me.
Is he on the Red Wings right now? Nope,
That has
an
an N.
Yep. Okay. Nope. N.
Moritz Seider.
What did you say, Justin?
Moritz
Yeah.
Seider. Moritz Seider.
Yep, that does not have an N, and he is on the Red Wings.
Apparently,
So he qualified.
Apparently, you're very good at Burkus at finding the names that I recognize and eliminating them from contention.
And then eliminating.
Yes, that is how I did this, and then I organized them by how good I think they are.
Yeah.
All right. Without using the letter E, which is the most common letter in the English alphabet, there's a fun fact for you. Without using the letter E, name me a Seattle Kraken.
Jared.
Nope. Philip Grubin, nope. Nope.
I'm trying to remember what their roster even is at this point. I'm kind of blanking. 'Cause they're so
Mark
new.
Giordano.
Yep,
Yeah.
Mark Giordano. There we go. That is the incredibly easy one I was thinking you would get immediately.
Fuck.
I'm trying to remember who else is even on the Kraken because they're so new and not
I guess
good.
no Kelly. E. I was thinking Brandon Tanev, but he's got an E.
Yeah.
There's a non-zero chance that by the time this episode comes out, Mark Giordano will no longer be on the Seattle Kraken.
And Thomas Hertl won't. Sharks.
Yeah.
As we mentioned earlier in the episode, but it is March 15th at 9 p.m. right now. So, yeah.
And if my math is correct, I think that clinches the victory for Justin.
It does.
Woohoo.
I am not doing
Now
good.
it's just a matter of making things respectable for Bpoe.
I'm not
Now it's
doing
how-
good, but I'm having fun. So that's all that matters.
Now it's a question of how much can I embarrass people? And I'm quite keen on doing that.
Yeah. All right, your guys' voice is starting to glitch out a bit, so we're gonna
Love it.
make this fast before it goes to shit. Without using the letter H, name me a Carolina Hurricane.
Jordan Staal.
Tuva Teravainen. Bpoe got that.
I think there's some teams that I know better than others, and I think that might be a little one of them. And also, just the first name that came to my mind actually fit it. So.
Oh God, it's God.
Okay, we're gonna pause for a minute here.
Okay, congratulations.
All right, had to pause again real quick because Burkus' audio glitched out. I said Jordan Staal, I got it. So it's 6-2. Not
All
doing
right.
very good here, but it's okay. I'm having fun.
Okay, this one.
It could be 6-5 at the end.
That is
Yes.
also true.
Yes, this is targeting one specific player, and I will not be ashamed to admit that.
Oh god.
Without using the letter K, name me a Minnesota Wild.
Nick Bukestad. Nope, that's okay.
Nice. Oh yeah. Max Talbot. No, Cam Talbot.
What? I mean,
Y'all
Max
did it.
also does not. So
Oh my gosh.
apparently, I know these teams' rosters off the top of my head less than I thought I did too.
Yeah.
It was brutal.
All right. Yeah.
I think
Okay.
Justin loses a point for two brutally wrong answers. One wrong team and one retired player.
No, that's not how this works, but that is hilarious. All right. Penultimate one. Without using the letter O, name me a Colorado Avalanche.
Nope. Nathan McKinnon.
McKinnon.
Oh,
has an O.
shoot. Yep. Pavel Buchnevich. No, that's not on that
Not
team.
No.
Thinking of the Andre Burakat. Nope. Kel McCarr. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh.
Cale McCall.
I was trying to remember who they just traded for.
Josh
Oh,
Manson. Who
that has an
He has an O.
I was trying to think of the name Darcy Kemper. I couldn't think of their goalie's name
Oh, yeah, that would also work.
because I knew he didn't, but I couldn't think of his name.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean that was pretty good. This is that was the second hardest one for this round. So
That one, I thought I had a slam dunk with Nathan McKinnon, and then I just completely
yeah.
ignored
All
the
right.
O.
This one I think might take y'all a minute. Without using the letter I, name me a Columbus Blue Jacket.
Jake Voracek.
Boone Jenner?
There we go. My man, getting me the best Blue Jacket.
Hey,
I love you, Jake.
I'm
Please come
happy
back.
that I got it, even if I got it a second late. Because usually I'm not even getting it, right? Boone Jenner,
Honestly,
no I.
The only the only reason I got that one so quick was because earlier when Burkus said like, "Oh, I'm using this one to specifically target one player," for some reason I was like, "Oh, it's Jake Voracek," because I know he loves him and
that's
on
true.
the brain.
I do. I have an unreasonable man crush on Jakub Voracek, but we're just going to talk about how many Blue Jackets have the letter I, because it's insane.
Yeah,
Like Oliver Bjorkstrand, Patrick Laine, Zach Werenski, Elvis Merzlikins. Like almost any player a normal person would know from the Blue Jackets has an I in the name.
even like the first one, I thought it was Gus Nyquist, and I was like, "Nope, that's an I." But
No,
I honestly,
it doesn't have an I.
Nyquist.
Yeah.
It's spelled with a Y. NYQ. Oh, never mind. It doesn't have an I.
Yeah.
Even then.
You had me thinking it was Nyquist with a V, like Henrik. No, wait.
Yeah, I was thinking
No,
with
not
Jake.
Lundqvist, Hornquist.
With Jake Voracek, I was really scared for a second because I was like,
Hornquist
"Shoot,
has
is
an
Jake?"
I anyway. Wait.
I?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't have an I.
Wait. Yeah, Hornquist does. Okay, never mind. I'm dumb.
Yeah. So yeah,
Was that all 11?
That was all 11.
Okay.
Name me
one more.
Name me a jersey that doesn't have an E in their name. Go.
A what?
A jersey nerd that doesn't have an E in their name.
Will Butala.
Just
I was gonna say I'm terribly offended that it wasn't me. Actually, no, I do.
Yeah, you don't. Wait.
Just kidding.
Yeah, you do an E.
yeah.
Okay, Burkus, I want to ask one more thing, unless you feel like saving it. Do you have the Penguins one prepared?
Yes.
Do you want to save that, or would you rather do it now? Both of us are Pens fans. This is going to be an interesting one.
I was going to say,
I could divide it so that it's 2 rounds of 16 if we want.
I mean, I would just say do the Penguins one, and then you can totally just pick a different letter next time we do the Penguins.
I was going to say, we could also recycle here, because we got 26 letters and 32 teams. That's a lot of combinations. So.
Yeah.
What is the current score? The current score is 9-2. We can do...
Yeah, something like that.
We could do like 20 and give Bpoe a chance to sweep them and win. But
well, Burkus doesn't have all that time here. He's got to leave. So
there we go. Yeah, let's do it. I'm down to do a quick Penguins one.
Okay. Without using the letter S.
Which letter?
S.
Okay, I thought you said F at first.
Danton Heinen.
Mark Fruit. Oh, I didn't realize I was still waiting on the rest of the question. I forgot we were.
You asked for a specific team.
I was literally sitting
Brock
there.
McGinn.
Okay, I was literally sitting there like, okay, what's his Mark Fruit?
Okay.
And
Bpoe. What about Evgeny Malkin?
No, he's not a Penguin.
Also true. I was like, I'm gonna go to the depths guys here because I know the depths guys.
What
on
about
this team?
Jake Guentzel? Like,
also true.
First,
yeah, that one was.
Oh no, that has an X. I'm stupid.
That one was pretty high up on my easiness scale for the next round.
Oh, you forgot an obvious one. Max Talbot.
Jordan
Stahl. And then, do you guys want to hear for now? Do you guys want to hear right now what I think is the hardest one that I've come up with?
Let's do it.
Why not?
Okay. Without using the letter M, name me an NHL referee.
The only one I know is Wes McCauley.
Wes McCauley.
Peter Savic used to be one, but he's retired.
Tim Peel? No, that's an M anyway.
He's retired.
Andy's retired, yeah. I don't know enough refs for this one.
Mike is like the only other ref name I know because he's like 6'7", just like Chara is, but he's retired now, I think.
I legitimately don't think I can give you an answer here. I don't even know enough NHL refs for this.
I wouldn't even have be able to confirm your answer. I would have just accepted any name you gave me.
Buzz
Mark Donk.
It has an M. Mark Donk has an M. I thought the same thing, so that's why I went to Buzz Flibbit.
Bark Bonk. Bing Bong.
Bark Monk.
It has an M.
I know.
And that was my stupid letter game.
Oh, oh god.
Honestly,
Burkus'
forget
video is
the
back.
letter game.
Oh boy.
Forget the letter game. Forget the letter game. Name me an NHL referee who's in West Macaulay. I still wouldn't have been able to do it.
I couldn't. Yeah, seriously, that's pretty much what the question was.
Yeah.
And I certainly couldn't do it, except for retired referee Tim Peel. So.
Right.
Yeah. Who also has an M in his name. I think I was going to allow you to do current or retired, but
yeah, that'd be a fun game.
That was who I had set up for hardest. So
that'd be a fun game to do, like the Olympic teams or like World Junior teams or women's hockey teams too.
Yeah.
I might be decent enough with PHF ones with how much.
I'd be good with like women's
those names, but.
Yeah. I mean. Okay, how about this? Without using a player on Team USA or Team Canada, name me a women's hockey player.
Taylor Winchkowski, Jillian Dempsey, Michaela Grant-Mentis.
Okay.
I work for a women's hockey league.
That's fair.
Well, also,
yeah, you have distinct advantage
to be fair, Bpoe used non-Olympic players. If you're asking for an Olympic player on a different team,
wait,
huh?
I thought the question was non-Olympic players.
I mean, I just said that wasn't on Team USA or Team Canada, so
yeah.
Wait, so that was or wasn't?
Was not.
Was not.
Okay, yeah. So I'm right.
So I guess
At least not this year. I don't know if they were
wasn't in
at some
Olympics.
point, but
yeah.
Carly
Good
Jackson.
stuff. Well, the takeaway there is watch women's hockey because it's awesome.
Yes.
It is cool.
And the jerseys are cool, and people that we
Marie
like.
Fuquan, or how you pronounce it, is cool.
So, do we want to wrap it there, fellas?
I think so.
Yeah.
And I think this is something good to bring back. That was very fun, even though I am very clearly not that great at it.
I was going to say, too, I can probably prep some stuff, too, if Burkus wants to play at some point.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is very open-ended.
Yeah, I mean, I have the next two planned out, but after that, if y'all want to do a set, go ahead.
I was going to say, it really doesn't require that much prep work as long as you have the roster there to.
Yeah. I mean, I did this all in an hour, and I gave myself the constraint of using all the letters and all the teams.
Yeah,
so if you wanted to, if you threw those out the window, you could do this. You could set this up in 10 minutes.
Honestly, if you know something
really
like, if you know something like Excel or whatever, you can probably also have some sort of filter for things that don't have the letter O or whatever.
Actually, I'm totally going to set that up now that you mention it because that's super
honestly
easy.
Notion. I think you could filter stuff out, so that'll probably be easy. Just go through typing every letter in the filter and see who's left.
Right.
So
good stuff. Well, gentlemen, thanks for another Codcast.
Yep.
And
this episode is brought by Max Talbot.
And San Jose Shark Blake Wheeler, is that what you said? Was that what team you said it for?
No, I was Kings because I was thinking Dustin Brown and I had to be on the brain.
And also, since I didn't get it in last episode, fuck Jeff Carter.
I totally want to now. I think and people, you can have this.
Jeff Carter, the Penguins player without an S.
True. That's true.
I wish I thought to say that one.
Yeah, that would have been iconic.
I would not give you the points for that, to be honest, because
for the thumbnail for this, people, I might do a really crappy edit of like Blake Wheeler's face in a like headshot. Right?
Sure, I'll throw that in the corner of the thumbnail because it's a fairly minor part of the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
awesome.
On that note, it's somewhat late. Burke has got to go, and we're just done here. Thank you all for listening to the Jersey Nerds podcast. You can check out our socials, at the _Jersey Nerds, Twitter and Instagram. You can check out our website for the blog and Concept Corner and everything else that we do there. Will's been great for that since he's come back. And anything else, the link, if you're watching the video, the links and stuff have been, popping up in the corner every once in a while. Also in the description wherever you're listening to it. And thanks for listening. Thanks for listening to a podcast, and we will see you next time.
The Jersey Nerds podcast is a production of Jersey Nerds Media. The Jersey Nerds are Bpoe, Hunter, Justin, Chris, and Noah. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at @the_JerseyNerds and hit that link in our bio to find our blog, our Discord channel, our online store, and more. And be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to us. We really appreciate it. From the Jersey Nerds to you, thanks for just listening to a podcast about you.